Greetings, Commanders! In this video, we'll take a close look at Dwarf Artilleryman, a powerful ranged troop known for its high area damage and precise targeting. We'll explore its stats, ideal placement, how to use it effectively in battle, and how to counter it before it wipes out your front line. Let's get started. Dwarf Artilleryman is a legendary ranged unit from the human race. It's a multiple 3-load ranged troop with area damage attack that aims at the closest target, which makes them a very unique troop in Art of War. You can check more details on the troop information page. To unlock Dwarf Artilleryman, you must first reach level 7500 and obtain a King medal in the arena. Once these requirements are met, you can acquire this troop exclusively from the Temple of Fusion. It is not available through regular recruitment or events, making it a more advanced unit to aim for later in progression. What makes the Dwarf Artilleryman special? First, although only 3 units can be deployed, they deal very high area damage with medium shooting range, compensating for the quantity disadvantage compared with 9 load units. Their range is slightly longer than troops like Royal Musket Guards, helping them hit key targets while staying protected. Their targeting behavior is also unique. They always aim for the closest enemy, which makes their performance more stable and predictable in formation setups. This allows them to both deal damage and contribute to frontline control. Their signature skill, Blast Cannon, enhances their normal attack by increasing both damage and range. It first activates after 5 attacks, then every 3 attacks after that. This gives their basic attacks a noticeable spike in burst performance during battle. When there are no targets in range, Dwarf Artillerymen will slowly walk forward. And when a threat approaches, they back away slowly, giving them some self-preservation behavior, though it's limited. Where can you use Dwarf Artillerymen? Dwarf Artilleryman has proven to be extremely effective in arena and hero trial. With its high damage and controlled targeting behavior, it fits well in precision-based range setups. In arena, it can be seen in formations such as Windra and Selene builds, where its reliable burst combines with a damage buff to help eliminate frontline threats quickly. Here are examples of usage in the arena and hero trial. Due to being a new troop that players are still collecting, their strategy is still evolving. While not yet widely used in other modes, Infinity War is expected to become a strong environment for this troop. Its ranged area damage and stable targeting make it a promising pick for long-duration fights, especially if supported by formations that keep it alive. How to use Dwarf Artilleryman? Dwarf Artilleryman works best when placed safely behind front-row defenders. In the 2nd to 5th rows, shielded by tanks or melee troops, they can unleash powerful area attacks without taking early damage. See how they destroy opponents with an overwhelming amount of troops. Their skill targets the closest enemy, which makes them especially effective against durable, high-threat melee troops like Straw Kids, Undead Warriors, and Orc Hunters. They can often eliminate these threats before the enemy has a chance to deal much damage in return. In some formations, you can even position them farther back, such as rear rows, to act as a counter against enemy backline attackers. This works well if your front line clears quickly, allowing Dwarf Artillerymen to retarget and help control the enemy's rear units. Each of these strategies can be seen in our upcoming video examples, where we break down different setups in detail. How do we deal with Dwarf Artillerymen? This powerful ranged unit has high area damage with a clear targeting pattern. We can use it to our advantage. Start with freeze control. Frost archers can stop them from even getting into position, letting your troops wipe out the front line without worrying about the devastating cannons. Another reliable tactic is quick elimination. Voodoo dolls are low cost and efficient against single-load troops like Dwarf Artillerymen. They can help you cut them down fast. And finally, go around. Use Shadow Ninjas or Flash Angels to fly straight past the front line and hit their position directly. If you act fast, the dwarfs won't have time to return fire with their devastating damage. In all situations, your main tactics should be to eliminate them early. Let's summarize what we've learned about Dwarf Artilleryman. This is a legendary human ranged unit that deploys in groups of 3. It deals rounded area damage and always targets the closest enemy, making it a consistent and focused damage source on the battlefield. To unlock this troop, you must reach level 7500 and obtain a King Medal. Once those requirements are met, it becomes available exclusively through the Temple of Fusion. Its targeting behavior ensures predictable output, and its special skill, Blast Cannon, enhances both damage and range after a series of attacks, first after 5 hits, then every 3. Dwarf Artilleryman has already proven to be a top performer in Arena and Hero Trial. And as players collect more, it's expected to be highly effective in Infinity War, where long battles favor its sustained area damage. It can also serve a secondary role as a backline protector, if placed further back and supported by fast-clearing frontlines. To counter Dwarf Artillerymen, you can exploit its limited range and rigid targeting. Use freeze control like frost archers to delay their fire. Eliminate them early with voodoo dolls, or send in assassin-type units like shadow ninjas or flash angels to strike directly at their position. With the right setup, you can unleash or shut down one of the most precise ranged troops in Art of War. Good luck, Commanders! If you found this video helpful, leave a like and share it. It will help us make more of these.